Chef Varouj here. I'm founder of Indulge Right Foods, and welcome to Indulge Right in the Kitchen. As you could see, I have a special guest in here today with me, Claudine Francois.
Très bien.
And she is an amazing coach, but also she's someone I go to borrow her taste buds when I need somebody with a refined palate for her second and third opinion. So we're here today to do a live plant-based cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake.
Chocolate raspberry cheesecake.
Chocolate raspberry cheesecake with chocolate almond crust. This is all no bake, right?
So amazing.
No
gluten.
No gluten, no
dairy.
sugar.
Yeah, no dairy, no refined sugar, but all kinds of taste.
It's really good, actually. See, she's the one I go to for vegan stuff.
Well, because you
Because
took
I don't have that palate.
you took my cheesecake and turned it on its head, and I am so excited to try this partially because you're using this. This is for my followers. This is Chef Varouj. You've been saying hi to everybody who's joining. Good to see you, Aunt Patty. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So, for those of you who follow me on my newsletter or my social media, you will have seen the picture that I posted of this cheesecake that Chef V put up. He sent to me, and I have been drooling ever since. But he uses this vegan chocolate caramel sauce that is amazing, and I just bought more because I ran out because I ate too much of it.
Now, with all fairness, I invited her to try it, but she didn't want to come and try it. So I ate all of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to wait till like the grand reveal. So good. So I'm so excited that you all are joining because not only is this a great Valentine's Day treat, it is healthy and delicious, which is what all of my clients want, right? They want flavor, but they don't want bigger waistlines. As a matter of fact, they want smaller waistlines.
And we're helping them in multiple ways.
Yes.
Right? So we've eliminated the sugar. We've added a bunch of fiber to that. In here, you got about 10 to 12 grams of prebiotic fiber per serving. You've got raw cacao added to it. So you got some of the benefits from that as well. And like I said, there's no sugar in here. So let's get started.
I'm so excited.
This whole thing should take about what? 10 minutes? Not even altogether.
Nice.
So very simple. There's 3 steps that we're gonna do, right? The crust, the raspberry sauce, and then the actual filling.
Yes, and at the end, we're going to tell you how you can get the recipe so that you can make this super easy and delicious chocolate raspberry cheesecake for your loved ones or just for yourself on Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day or whenever.
Or any day.
Any day.
So I'm going to start from the raspberry sauce, so that's going to take a little longer, right?
Oh, I love raspberry.
And this is very simple. Again, we'll be sharing the recipes with you, but there's a couple things in here. Generally when I'm baking, I don't mess around with the, I don't eyeball things, except in here for the sauce, I'm gonna eyeball it a little bit because there's multiple variables, right? So before you showed up, I tested all the raspberries.
Oh, delicious. Wait,
So
show
you could
everyone these
play with them.
raspberries. Look how delicious they are. For those of you in the Midwest, so sorry, you don't get raspberries.
You could always do frozen raspberries.
Oh yes, frozen. Perfect.
So you could always start from frozen raspberries. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. Again, you could play with it. You could add more or less. I'm adding about a quarter teaspoon or quarter cup, but I'm gonna eyeball it. So there you go.
Because he's a professional, y'all. Professional.
So you could add more or less. Here's why though. You could always cook it a little longer, and you could reduce it to the thickness you want.
Nice.
Right? And
because this will be called in very fancy French cuisine a coulis or coulis.
so.
Alors mes amis, on fait un coulis.
Now we're just gonna add some sugar to it, sugar substitute in this case, and I'm just using my home or house blend that I use for baking.
But people at home could use like a monk fruit.
You could use a monk fruit substitute. You could use a erythritol. You could use xylitol if that's something you want to do.
Erythritol or xylitol.
Okay. Or you could do allulose. Or if you really want to add honey to it, you could do that.
Oh, that's nice. Or even 100% pure maple syrup.
You could do that as well if you want. So I'm going all sugar-free here. So that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to MacGyver my cover. I'm going to get to work.
Ooh, he's doing fancy things. What are we doing over there? We're just heating it?
So I'm just going to bring it to a boil. Once it simmers a bit, the raspberries will start to disintegrate. And then past that, we'll just strain it.
Nice.
And we're good to go.
And I have actually seen the recipe. These directions are in the recipe.
They're step by step.
Yes.
You actually get the exact measurements.
Yeah.
They're right here. So the next step is the crust. So we'll get this out of the way.
Those look like chocolate chips.
Chocolate chip. Now you could use sweetened, or you could do bittersweet or bitter chocolate. This particular one is actually sweetened, but it is sweetened with erythritol.
Okay.
And it does not have a strong aftertaste.
So it's not a refined sugar
It's
sweetener.
not refined sugar, it's just an erythritol that does not affect your bottom
Glucose.
or your glucose levels. All right.
Did you say your bottom?
I did.
I was like, wait, bottom of what?
Bottom line. Or you could do totally bitter chocolate. Like this is 100% bitter, which I'm going to use in the recipe for the filling.
Yum.
You could play around with it because this one is already sweetened. So I'm doing just bitter chocolate, and I'll explain in a minute why we're doing that.
Nice.
So technically you want to bring this to you want to melt it over double boiler. But since my pan is not super hot, so I'm just going to pop it right there for a minute.
Do you ever,
Microwave?
yeah, do you
I don't know
microwave?
how to use microwave, but yeah, you can.
You don't know how to use a microwave?
I don't.
You should push the button and turn it on.
I know. That's easier that way.
So you're just heating up the chocolate, and people are seeing the back of me. Oh, they can see you
You
here.
can see it.
You're heating up the chocolate so that it's melting essentially, right?
Basically, yes. Well, you
Nice.
have to just melt the chocolate. We'll add the almonds to it, some vanilla, and then we'll call it a day.
Did you toast the almonds?
I did.
Look at this, people. Toasted slivered almonds. Can you see this? Yum-tastic.
So here we go.
Oh, nice.
It didn't take much. A few
Yeah, that was
seconds.
fast.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
See, I got all confused with too many cameras.
Smells
right?
chocolatey. I know.
It is
For those
chocolate.
of you who are watching, we have 3 cameras set up.
Maybe we'll post a little back behind the scenes
Yeah, I
picture
know. We
later
should have
on
one with showing all the cameras.
with all the MacGyvering that we've done.
Yes.
All right, so I've got a cup of toasted,
Sliced
untested sliced almonds. Just add some vanilla.
Some.
Some.
Ooh, a capful. Oh, not half a capful?
Just about.
I love vanilla. That's a good. I use that brand too.
And just blend it.
Oh, I wish I could send this smell to you all. It smells so good right now.
So the whole point of this is really to create a crust, and we're using the chocolate just to bring the almonds together. Ultimately, that's the whole goal of it, right?
That's
So
so
we're
easy.
not exactly. So we're not relying on other
Fillers or
fillers or thickeners or like butter or anything else to solidify it.
yeah,
Now you could crunch it a bit as well if you want.
crunchy.
Like just break them apart.
Can I just eat that? I'm just gonna.
You could try it.
I'll be patient.
So, and then that's it. You line up the pan.
Nice.
So what I forgot to tell you guys that I did
only
line
this
up
one.
my. That was your portion there. I did line up my pan with some parchment paper.
That's a 6-inch.
That's a 6-inch pan, and I also have some cellophane.
Oh, you fancy.
This is still left over from the olden days.
The
Or
olden
the bakery
days.
days.
Oh. So
So
for
since
people
I
who are
have it-
following me, Chef B used to have his own bakery, like fancy pants, bakery dude.
Now we do gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, and what else?
And all the deliciousness. now he makes me come and try all of the delicious things he makes.
You always need a second opinion, right?
I'm happy to do that for you. I'm here for
There you
you.
go.
Oh, this
So
is
I'm going to use one
smart.
of the jars, or you could use whatever you want, really. I'm just going to press it down.
That's so clever. I've been busy using my fingers this whole time, and here you are fancy with the jar. And then yet another use. For
Yeah, I'm measuring it with my jars. You
nice.
got to recycle, right?
Like it.
And that's it. Just press it down. You really don't need much. You just, like, here.
That's lovely. Okay, so
So there's
for,
it.
you all can see here. It's really not even a half an inch, probably.
And it's about a quarter.
Yeah,
If you like it thicker, you could add more chocolate or more almonds.
that's good.
And play with it. Really, there's not. I think that's why it makes it so easy, because there isn't really much of a specific like rule,
Right.
really, when it comes to this. All you want to do is just create a little crust.
Well, and if you wanted to make a bigger one, you would just double the recipe
Double it.
and do like an 8-inch.
8 or 9 inch, depending
Right.
what you have. Yeah, depending on what pan you have.
And how many people you have coming over.
There you go. So obviously in this case I'm using a regular pan, but you could definitely use a cheesecake pan. It makes it much easier.
What's a cheesecake pan?
The one that you could release from the sides.
Oh yes, they called it something else too. Because I have one of those, but I've never called it a cheesecake pan.
I call it a cheesecake pan.
Whatever William Sonoma calls it, I don't know.
I'm not that fancy.
Sorry, I like to feel fancy, so I walk into William Sonoma.
So that's it. We'll set this one aside,
Nice.
and then we'll work on the filling.
So good. What is in there?
So in here I have the coconut milk, actually coconut cream.
Show that camera. Those are my friends. Hi,
I don't
friends.
want to bore you guys with measuring things one by one. So again, it's very simple. Coconut cream. We've got 1 cup soaked. It's been soaking for a couple of nights actually.
Oh,
So
yeah.
overnight
Should it be
Actually,
overnight or could it be 4 hours?
or a few hours.
Okay.
You're more an expert in that than I am. But so what I did is I soaked the whole tub.
Oh my goodness.
Well, because I had to do so many different versions to get what we wanted.
Oh yes, he's a true tester.
So we end up having, like, I had to measure how many grams per cup, so how many grams will become once it's soaked,
Oh,
and then figure that out so that I know what I'm doing.
it's very scientific.
Yeah, because then I can't figure out what's up. So there he goes.
Very smart. There's a lot of math involved there.
That goes there.
Oh my gosh.
And then the best part in here,
Le pièce de résistance. The piece of resistance.
chocolate sauce.
Wait, show people how nice and thick this is. So if you ever had the hot fudge sauce that you would eat with ice cream, like an ice cream sundae, that hot fudge sauce, that's what this is, but so much better. So I said earlier that I had to buy more of this because I ate it all. You know how if you accidentally eat all the fudge sauce in your fridge, you feel awful afterwards, for several hours, you have to go sit on the couch, or the next day you feel terrible. I having this jar, and I was like, I feel good. I feel good. Are we switching sides? What are we doing?
No, you're good. You're fine.
Okay.
So here's a little quick tip.
Quick tip.
One thing I don't like is washing dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to recycle as many things as I can while doing it. What's the word I'm trying to find here?
Efficiently, effectively,
More like in a safe way.
Okay.
Not the store, but in a safer way to do it, right? Without cross-contamination, all that stuff. So in this case, I just use this to melt the chocolate and mix the nuts. So I have the chocolate that we're going to add to the blend, and we're adding the chocolate as basically to give it more body instead of butter or coconut oil and whatnot. So this will kind of give it more body and texture and keep it all together. But since we have to melt it, and since we have to cover the raspberry sauce, now that's starting to boil. I don't know if you guys will see it.
Nice.
Right there.
Oh, this smells good.
I'm gonna make it a double boiler.
You did. You're so fancy.
And then that's it, let it go. In the meantime, we're just gonna empty one of these babies, the whole jar. So the reason why we're using the jar, instead of having multiple ingredients, you have everything in here in one. You've got, obviously, lots of chocolate. You've got coconut cream. You've got the sugar substitute. You've got, what else we got?
The allulose.
You've got, that's part of the sugar substitutes. You've got prebiotic fiber, and you've got vanilla. So you've got all the flavors in one. We just added some more coconut cream in here. Probably some of you might wonder about it, right? Because we want a more texture to it, more softness.
We'll give it that cheesecake.
A more cheesecakey flavor to it rather than,
So good.
and then just dump the whole thing in there.
Nice. Professional at work here, people. Professional at work.
So while we'll put this one in the blender,
Are you all getting excited? I'm super excited.
all my friends who don't know what you do,
Oh, yes.
why don't you tell them a little more about what you do?
Okay. So the reason why Chef V and I are such good friends is because I help women lose weight eating healthy, delicious food. So eating foods they love. And Chef V is all about helping us find new foods that are delicious, that are healthy for us. So it's like the perfect combination, right? So yeah, my clients lose 10 pounds in 4 weeks eating amazing yumminess. And I am able to stay in my clothes eating these delicious things.
so that's it. Don't leave anything out.
Not at all. No
Like
waste.
we say, nothing gets wasted in the kitchen.
That's right. I'm half Polish. That would be like a sin.
That's right. So that's it. We're not adding anything else into this.
Nice.
Actually, we could add some more vanilla.
Okay. Just for good measure.
So you're adding about a tablespoon.
Okay.
But I've learned that these are actually about a tablespoon.
I did not know this. Clever. Uh-oh.
Okay, so don't do what I just did. Don't turn your back on it because it will overboil.
Oh no. It'll be nice and
But guess what? My chocolate melted.
perfect.
So put it back in there for a little bit.
Oh, I can smell the raspberries. Yum. There is nothing, I mean, I don't know, I keep saying this. I was going to say there's nothing better than the smell of warmed raspberries, but then there's chocolate.
And there's chocolate.
Right.
You can do chocolate and raspberries.
Perfect combo. So I will say when Chef V and I were originally creating this recipe, I was like, he was, I was telling him about the vegan cheesecake that I made, and he was saying maybe we could do chocolate, and I said, ooh, chocolate's really good. How about chocolate cherry? And then he goes, well, how about chocolate raspberry? And we were like, heck yeah. Like,
It's really hard to
amen.
find cherries now, so it's
Well,
like,
not frozen ones.
true.
Yeah, but you're right. The raspberries is like perfect for this time of year.
Okay, it's gonna get noisy in here now.
It's getting loud in here.
So one thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have a really strong blender, so that it really blends the whole thing to really smooth,
Like a vitamin.
like around it. And then you have whichever, so you can actually blend the whole thing as very smooth as possible. And that's it. There you go. That's
Happening.
your mix in here, as I always do.
Better your kitchen than mine. Because if it's my kitchen, my husband cleans it up.
You know what I've heard about the whole thing yet? Blend the whole thing.
Right, he'd be like, thanks a lot.
Alright, so I'm going to get this going. It's going to get a little loud, so I guess we'll be taking a little quick break.
All right, everyone cover your ears.
I don't know. Not too loud. One of the challenges of going live
Yes.
is
Then I Here. Hold it, sign. I did. Oh my gosh, chocolate and coconut cream. Nice save. Excellent. So we're doing cooking acrobatics here today. Not all of you got to see that amazing save that Chef V just did, but saved this with his foot. So there you go. It takes a professional. For me, that would have landed on the floor.
almost dead. I did it.
One more.
A little bit more.
Chocolate. And
Okay,
this
so-
is no bake. We're not going to bake this, right?
We're not going to bake it, but this is part one of it. You want it as smooth as possible. And then when you let it go, generally I would let it go for another good 4 minutes,
Let me see.
3-4 minutes.
Can we all see this?
Somewhat, yes.
It almost looks caramely,
It does.
but we're going to add more chocolate.
We're gonna add more chocolate to it. So one thing you'll notice also when you keep going with it, it'll start to get warmer.
Yeah.
So, and then we're just gonna add the chocolate, the melted chocolate to it. Then bring it to, and just blend it more. So how could those who don't know you find your program, learn more about you and what you do? Hopefully everybody can hear us.
Yeah, can you hear us? So Chef V is asking me how could people who don't know about me find me? Well, this is my company, In Good Clean Taste, and I have a website, ingoodcleantaste.com. You can follow me on social media. Those of you over here already follow me on social media. Those of you over here, In Good Clean Taste. And that way I post recipes that are healthy and delicious. I also give healthy living advice, and I also run some free workshops, so you can join. I actually have a free workshop next week, so if you're interested, be sure to like and follow. Here we go. Okay. All right, I got some high power over here. This is basically the Mercedes, or no, what would be stronger than a Mercedes? I don't know. This is the really high-powered, high-tech. Oh, Bentley, darling.
Ferrari.
Ferrari, nice. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. The problem is if we tilt it, it'll come out. So it's not totally empty.
It's not totally empty yet.
Do you want me to do it?
Sure. Go for it.
So tilt it down. No, not that far. You're trying to make it hard.
Yeah,
You know what I could just do is I could just get my finger and lick the rest of it. I mean, that's how we roll in my house. It's like, who gets the spatula, who gets the bowl?
And this is how we do it in the kitchen.
Oh, properly.
No, hold on. So you put it back up here.
Yeah.
So all that's stuck on the blade.
Yeah. Give the tips here, people. Give the tips.
Now it's unstuck.
Nice.
We'll just clean it up.
Very nice. You like these big spatulas? I like smaller ones.
I don't have any small ones in here, so sorry.
Mine are all color coordinated to my kitchen because, you know, it's all about aesthetics. Ooh, there's the raspberry sauce. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I say we just get a spoon for the rest of this and go to town.
You could.
Although then we won't have the cheesecake at least.
You could save it for after the show.
Save the best for last.
Alright, so that's it. Give it a
Yum.
little thing and then we'll go all
Get all
flat.
bubbles out.
If you get to see it. And this goes into the fridge or the freezer. Depends how much time you have. You could pop it in the freezer for a couple hours and you'll be done.
Nice.
Or you could leave it in there overnight in the fridge. Or you could make it ahead of time and keep it in the freezer. Just no matter what you do, you might want to cover it, right? So that you don't get other flavors from the freezer into there.
And if you freeze it, how long do you just thaw it for in the fridge? Depends how long you froze it for, huh?
I would keep it probably overnight.
In the
I
fridge.
would leave it outside.
Outside?
Defrost it out. Well, not outside. Outside. I mean, not in the fridge either.
Not here in the summer.
That'll take about 10 minutes.
True. True.
But since it's around Valentine's time, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, for those of us in North America, it's winter.
Plus, if they're really north.
It'll be frozen for real.
Yeah, you want to keep it like, you could keep it at room temperature for a couple hours, and then you'll be just fine.
Okay.
So if you're doing a romantic dinner, pull it out before you start cooking, let it sit outside, and then by dessert time, it'll be ready to go.
Or like, take it out when you call in for takeout.
If that's what floats your boat, that's fine with me.
Okay, we're straining.
We're straining it a little bit.
Nice. See, this
Unless
is,
you want to have the seeds.
I was gonna say, just because this is really fancy for me, like straining.
You could blend it if you want.
Oh yeah, that's smart. I've never thought of that.
You could
Will
do that
it
as
really
well.
pulverize the seeds?
If you have a strong enough machine, it would. Like one of these Ninjas or Vitamix, they'll do it.
I got a Vitamix. You know you like to make delicious food when you get a Vitamix for your birthday? What can I say?
I wouldn't complain.
You do that so fast. It's like you've done it before. It's like you've had breakfast.
Because I don't want to be here all day long.
What are you saying?
I want to be straining seeds all day long.
Gotcha. I wish you all could smell this. It smells so good.
Okay, so remember how I said it really depends how thick you want or thin you want it?
Yes.
Like right now, just mix it a bit more. And it will thicken up a bit more as it cools off.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about it, but if you really like it thicker, bring it back to boil.
And are we
Quick boil
just
and you're done.
drizzling this on the...
And we'll put it on the side.
So like in a fancy restaurant where they have like the pretty drizzle on the plate before they put
That's
up
it.
the dessert.
Let it cool off and then this is it.
Or if you mean you just like drizzle it all over the whole thing.
take a spoonful and
It's
throw it in.
like,
So let me just
it's a stand-up
get rid of all
ceremony in
this.
my house. I usually have hungry children, like children who are drooling,
Waiting
waiting.
there.
Things come out of the oven. This doesn't even have to go in the oven, but they're just standing there like, I want mine. Oh my goodness. You have no idea what he just did. He just pulled out the one he already made.
The other one that's ready to go.
And I finally get to taste it. Yes.
I ate probably a whole one by myself. the last few days.
Congratulations. So you were like me with your sauce.
Now, somebody had to taste it.
Obviously. I mean, and why not you? Because you were here.
Someone had to do it.
That's what I say. The kids will be like, Mommy, why is there a piece taken out of this dessert? And I'm like, I had to
Quality
taste.
assurance.
Exactly, quality control. I had to taste test it, make sure I wasn't gonna, kill you.
That's it.
Do you have a plate for me?
No.
Oh, all right. Oh, this is just the bottom of another one of those, what you call it, cheesecake pan. I can't remember what they call it. It's gonna bug me.
Removable something the other.
Oh, it's a tart pan with a removable bottom. That's what they call it.
There you go.
Because they're French. They don't have cheesecakes in France. They have tarts. You do have a plate.
French people like to complicate everything to begin with.
C'est compliqué, là.
You know, some of my friends are gonna be like, okay, we'll see in a bit. So how do you want to do this? You know, just
With a fork? Do you have a fork?
splatter it? That's how you want to eat it. That's how you
Oh,
want
I'm like, I'm just good for I want to eat it. You show me your fancy ways.
Well, you can do whatever you want, really.
Nice.
Just there. You want more?
Yeah. Are we gonna? Why don't we put it on the top though? Because I won't be like, what am I gonna do? Finger?
You can.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah, show everybody. Let me see.
Or you could have some more raspberries if you want.
She wore a raspberry beret. Your friends don't know that I have musical Tourette's. It just happens. Sorry.
That's all right. That's it.
So pretty. Can you all see this? Oh my goodness.
So you want to try it?
Yeah. I'm waiting for my fork because it's live. I don't want to be rude and just pick it up with my fingers.
What if I don't have a fork?
Then I might just have to pick it up with my fingers. I could have brought a fork if I'd known. I hear cutlery though.
Yeah, we're in the kitchen here, so.
What's that?
We're in the kitchen here, so.
We should have forks.
Well, kind of.
Theoretically. My sister got me a set of
So,
traveling
no,
utensils.
fork or a spoon?
I'll do this. Can I try it? Are you ready? Who's
Why not?
excited? Who is excited about this? I am super excited. All right, I'm seeing. I can't wait to try it myself. Love the show. Oh, thanks, Aunt Patty. Aunt Patty's gonna make it, y'all. So y'all gonna make this too. So I will tell you at the end how. Okay, no more talking. That's good. It is so creamy.
It is creamy. It's dense, but it's still soft.
But it's not overly rich. It's like the perfect amount of chocolate.
You got definitely chocolate in there. I mean, you're gonna taste the chocolate. You know it's chocolatey, but it's not overly rich.
And the toasted almonds at the bottom, like the perfect aftertaste, because at the end you're getting the almonds. So good with the chocolate.
You're gonna add some salt to it as well. So there's a little bit of salt in there, which I forgot to add on here.
That's
but
all right.
That's why you're getting the recipes, so you don't have to worry about it.
So tell them how to get the recipes.
So how do you get the recipes? While you're eating.
I'm
You
getting
can
all
go
of myself.
to.
So if you, depending on who you follow, if you follow Chef V or me, send us a DM with your email address and your first name, and we will send you the recipe. So depending how you're watching this, go to, what is your handle? Is it just your name?
No, it's at Indulge Right.
So go to @Indulge Right or @In Good Clean Taste. Send us a DM with your first name and your email address, and we will send you the recipe. Hi, Tressa. Good to see you. So all these people are watching live. It's great to see everyone. I wish you could taste this. This is so amazing.
And for those of you,
I'm gonna have more. Do you mind?
too late now.
I'm going for
For
it.
those of you who decide to order the products, when you order one of these jars, next 24 hours, you'll get the second one for free. So we're just gonna add another one so that you could experiment with one of them and then you could eat the other one. All right?
Absolutely. So you're gonna want to eat one.
You want to get that quickly.
Because then you can put some ice cream on the side and drizzle it with the...
You could do that as well.
Oh my gosh, this sauce.
Or you can eat it by the tablespoon. By the tablespoon.
This sauce is so good. Who knew you could just do that with raspberries and non-sugar sugar? Amazing. This is what happens when you hang out with the professional chef people.
And that's the whole point. I mean, that's why we exist as a company, right? Just to make it so that you don't have to substitute, so to speak, when it comes to flavor, at least. Right? You're getting all the benefits. You're not getting the aftertaste that some products do have, and you could replace it replace it 1-to-1 if you would, or you could develop recipes with it. You could cook with it. So
like the pecan pies.
Like the pecan pies, or in this case, just substituting so many different ingredients with one item, right? So it's all there. And the sugars, we haven't put them out yet, but that'll coming up soon too. But then you could use it as a replacement without all the side effects.
So good.
Or the flavor of chocolate here.
I probably have chocolate over my face. I don't have chocolate. I don't know.
That's it. Yeah.
It's so good. Thank you so much. So, as a reminder, he took my recipe, my cheesecake, vanilla cheesecake, and he made this. So, thank you, Chef, so
Let's
much.
get a little background on that.
Oh, yeah.
So here's why. Because, like I said, I like vegan stuff, but not all of them. But also when it comes to vegan stuff, I go to her and a couple of my other friends. So I wanted to experiment with the cashews, but I knew that she was the one who had already experimented with that. So why not just go right to the source and then play with it?
Yes, you've taken it to a new level.
So yours was basically just vanilla based, right?
It was
so
vanilla with the berries on top, yeah.
Classic cheesecake, so-called.
It was so French.
It was very French. It was tart. You called it a tart.
I did.
So, so we took that and then turned it into a chocolate cheesecake. So you could make it a little less. I mean, you could definitely play with it and change the percentages and come up with different things with it. So for me, it was more of a to give you just the exact cheesecake texture. I think we've succeeded with that. So
yeah, that flavor is great. It's almost like a mousse, like a thicker mousse. It's just got this great texture, this wonderful flavor. So yes, you all definitely have to make it. Again, send a DM to either Varouj, Chef Varouj at Indulge Right, or me, Claudine, at In Good Clean Taste, and we will send you the recipe so you can make it yourself. You saw how easy it was. What time is it? We've been chit-chatting this whole time. It probably took, 20-30 minutes to actually make it?
Because we're talking too much. It generally should take about 10 minutes altogether. Once you have all the ingredients together, it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes.
Perfect Valentine's treat, or anytime.
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 I could do chocolate anytime.
Well, think about the summer when you don't want to bake anything, right?
Summer, winter, it works anytime.
Anytime.
You can never go wrong with chocolate, so there you have it.
Yes, thank you all so much for joining us. It's been super exciting. I thought this was fun. If you thought it was fun, like it, share it. And again, if you want that recipe, do send us a DM so you can get your copy as well.
If you have any questions, you can reach out to either one of us, and we'll be happy to answer them.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, anything else you want to add?
Have a great Valentine's/Galentine's/ whatever you celebrate on February 14th. Galentine's, you don't know what Galentine's is?
No.
That's because you're not a gal.
Okay.
Yes.
What's wrong with Valentine?
No, not everyone has a Valentine, but we all have, well, a lot of us have Galentine's.
Alright, whatever you're celebrating. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes,
This was fun.
It
We
was
should do
fun,
again.
yeah.
And then we'll see you guys next
Someday
time around.
soon. Bye.
Bye.